Quick vocabulary lesson before we start. MSM refers to men who have sex with men. I am obviously neither of those things, but I am East Asian and I can see a lot of parallels to the stigma. So I've also taken a lot of statistics courses, and one of the things I learned was survivorship bias. The most famous example of this probably comes from World War II, when scientists and engineers studied the planes that came back from air fights and looked at where they were damaged so that those places could be reinforced. The problem with this is that that sample is inherently self-selecting. They could only see the planes that were damaged but could still function. They couldn't see the planes that were damaged and just completely destroyed. And they would then have to, reinforce the places where the planes were not shot at, where the planes were not damaged. And there are other examples of this, I'm pretty sure someone's told you at some point that cats need about the height of, I think it's 6 stories to turn around and land on their feet, because I think the story goes that cats that fall from 5 or fewer stories have more injuries than the cats that fall from 6 or more stories. But it's ignoring the fact that you don't take a cat to the vet to be treated for injuries if that cat is dead. And cats that fall from 6 or more stories must fall from a safer place in order to just survive it at all. And that's why they have fewer injuries. It's really difficult to recognize when you have an inherently self-selecting sample bias. Try saying that 3 times fast. Anyways, when you look at your sample size to the exclusion of all others, you can miss a lot of things, like the fact that monkeypox is spread through skin-to-skin contact or contact with sores and contact with surfaces that came into contact with sores. It's not an STI, And thanks to the AIDS crisis, MSM are more likely to go to the doctor when they have a skin rash or they see sores or lesions and stuff like that. And I'm absolutely not saying that MSM are not at higher risk. MSM tend to have more skin-to-skin contact during intimacy. What I am saying is that this disease is not exclusive to MSM, and focusing on this particular population group exclusively ignores all the other ways that this disease can spread and other populations vulnerable to it. Again, monkeypox is not a venereal disease. Anyone can get it regardless of their gender and the gender of their partners. I've seen a lot more homophobia recently. I've seen and continue to see more xenophobia, and that worries me. It should worry everybody because hatred should worry everybody, but even if it doesn't, every person who thinks they can't catch monkeypox because they're not MSM is another person who won't take precautions to avoid it, and therefore another person more likely to catch it and have it mutate inside of them. So, today is National Homemade Pie Day, and I want to share with you the story of a cherry pie who learned how to read by going to primary school. Bye.